Super Mario Maker is coming in. I'm going to count the days. A month and 13 days, give or take. And we had a Nintendo Direct, and Tanner is here to talk about it, but we're not going to talk about what's in the Direct, Tanner. I'm going to start immediately with what wasn't.
Wow. Garrett, I don't take you as the negative Nancy, but if there was something missing from the Direct that I'm a little disappointed about.
Well, the thing is less what's missing than what was teased. You see, Tanner, when they were showing the Super Mario 3D World transition, they had a little screen that said extra game styles. Styles, Tanner, as in plural.
Plural.
And
Yep.
if you look at the screenshot, you will see a suspicious blank play space right next to it, Tanner, that makes it appear like there is another game style in this game.
This is where you would put the picture of Sakurai saying, "Don't ask me for anything ever again," because I mean, I would assume it's probably Super Mario Brothers 2, probably. And that's like the one thing I've seen people ask for from this game. Is like, you have to add Super Mario Brothers 2. It doesn't make sense not to have Super Mario Brothers 2 when you have Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers 3. So this is literally the definition of that. It's like, okay, we're going to add it. Just don't ask us for anything else.
Hey.
We're taking out amiibo costumes too.
Well, you never know. They didn't not show amiibo costumes.
Yeah, that's true. I guess they could be there. I mean, honestly, I don't know why they wouldn't be there.
Like, I assume they could at the very least. I'm not sure how this game was made, but I assume at the very least they could port over all the pre-existing amiibo costumes, even if they didn't make any new ones.
Yeah, I mean, you would think so. I mean, I don't care because this game is literally everyone is here except it's Super Mario Maker 2.
What's that extra style, Tanner? The very interesting thing is they made it clear in this Direct that the Super Mario 3D World, unlike the first game, is entirely separate. Whereas, like in the first game, you could make your Mario 3 level, you could flick a switch, and it would become a Mario World level. And this, it has to be a Mario 3D World level. It can't start as one and become another. And the blank space is in that segmented, it has to exist by itself area, Tanner. It could be anything.
Do you think it's Super Mario Brothers 2? What do you think it is?
You know what? I'm going to make a bold prediction and say it's another 3D Mario game.
3D Land.
Yes. What if they took like assets from like Mario 64 or Mario Galaxy and turned it into a 2D game?
I mean, I'm all aboard for doing that for Super Mario 64. But I've been on the train. I want my Super Mario Galaxy HD just ports. Don't put it in Super Mario Maker. Just give me the games.
Or, Tanner, alternative.
Both.
What if it's the 8-bit style from Super Mario Odyssey?
Ooh. I mean, that would be neat. For sure. I don't know. There's so many. Garrett, hear me out. What if it's Legend of Zelda? It's not even Mario.
It's Legend of Zelda Maker!
You remember when that was rumored? How many, was it 2 years ago that was rumored to be a thing?
Well, it was something like when they said, oh, we're making Mario Maker, then people were like, but what if Zelda Maker?
Yeah, I know Zelda. What, is there really any other Nintendo franchises that would, like, you could do a Maker game with? Probably Kirby, right?
I was about to say Kirby's because Kirby's well, not always, but nearly always been 2D. Whereas,
yeah.
Like Zelda, I think the best way to do Zelda would be like a Zelda Dungeon Maker.
Yeah, it'd have to be like a Dungeon Maker sort of deal.
And I'm not sure how much I'd be interested in that. But Mario, let's actually talk about what's in this game.
Well, Garrett, we know Mario's in the game.
We know Luigi's in the game.
Confirmation. Luigi's there too. So is Toad and Toadette.
What a lineup!
That's it. People wanted more. Seriously, I am very happy that like multiplayer is a thing in this game.
And not just multiplayer. I thought it would be only local co-op. It has online multiplayer.
Yeah, that's what I'm surprised about too. Like I was convinced it was probably only going to be local if it was anything. Because, I mean, even when they first unveiled the game, they showed, it was pretty obvious they were going towards a co-op direction at least. but I thought, like you said, it would be local co-op. But the fact that it's online and you can actually expand it up to 4 players and not just 2 is like, I don't like that. Just extends the shelf life of this game for me for, I mean, dozens, if not hundreds of hours. Just because I don't know, like. Essentially being able to make any course into like, all right, now we're racing. Like essentially your friends being able to be your own ghost is really cool. So I'm super pumped for that.
4-player online competitive multiplayer Mario.
I wonder if that's how they're going to do, because I'm jumping around a little bit. That they announced they're doing an E3 tournament for Super Mario Maker 2. So I wonder if they're going to do the tournament in groups of 4. And like to really show off like the multiplayer aspect of it.
I would imagine. So that would be utter chaos. Good lord.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that they'll have to very least showcase it. That might not be like the whole tournament, but I think they'll probably do like a rounds thing where one of the rounds is like competitive multiplayer.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, especially if they invite like a bunch of people to this thing. I don't really know, like I don't know a lot about like the hardcore Super Mario Maker community, so I don't even know who would even get invited to this, or if it's just going to be a bunch of influencers.
Carl Sagan, Riot.
But I don't know. There was a lot in this direct.
Oh, yeah.
It was only 15 minutes, but I mean, it was like a full blowout.
Well, first of all, they lied. It was 17 minutes.
It was 17 minutes. It was like, I was talking to somebody. I was like, okay, 5:15 and I'll be ready. And we get a text and they're like, it's 5:16. I'm like, okay, give me a minute, please.
It's actually, I always find that weird because they do always say approximately, but like, this is a pre-recorded video. You know exactly how long this is.
Yep. That's what's always weird to me about the directs, where they're like, oh, it's approximately 30 minutes long. And like, I think the September one last year was a real like bad one, because they were like, it's approximately 30 minutes and it was nearly 40. It's like 38. I'm like, just say 38 minutes. just set it right there. Like, I'm sure for the E3 one, they'll say it's approximately 25-30 minutes. People will freak out and then it will go almost 40.
The thing is, I think some of that is to trick you. Because,
for sure.
You know the way they love their one more things. So you get to 30 minutes and you're like, oh, well, we're done. We're out of time. So they're done. And then they're like, Animal Crossing.
Yep. They're like, oh, Isabel's in Smash. But wait. So Tom Nook is here too.
Okay, so I went back through the direct and wrote down everything that's, well, more or less everything that's new in the game. We have a lot of new items. The one that I think looks the coolest and most versatile is the on and off switches.
Yeah.
Because, like, not only do they apply to blocks, they seem to apply to, like, conveyor belts, to switch conveyor belts or move platforms in different directions. And I think there is a great deal people are going to do with those on and off switches that are going to be very frustrating, but also very, very fun.
First thing I noticed during the on and off switches, I'm like, there's no way Garrett will not use those. Like, that, I'm already getting frustrated thinking about my birthday level. And how mad it will make me, like, because I believe you've made me 2 birthday levels in Super Mario Maker.
Yes,
could be wrong.
We're on to Happy Birthday Tanner 3.
Yeah, Happy Birthday Tanner 3. So the on and off switches again. Just add just that they could have just added that one item, and that adds so much to the game. Mm-hmm. But they've added just a whole, like, it really is a sequel. This isn't Super Mario Maker 1.5. Like, you know, it seems like the trend with a bunch of Switch games, when like something gets announced, like when Splatoon 2 got announced, they're like, oh, it's just Splatoon 1.5 and stuff like that. But this is like truly a sequel.
I feel like we've done that. Like you say, Splatoon, there was Xenoblade Chronicles, which everyone was like, oh, it's a port, but no, it's Chronicles 2.
Super Smash Brothers.
There's Smash, which everyone's like, no, it's a port. No, actually, It turns out it's Smash 5. This one, oh, it's Mario Maker 1.5. It's like, no, it's 2. And I think most of it comes from bad leaks, where it's like, oh, there's going to be a Splatoon port, and then everyone's like, they look at it through the lens of it being a Splatoon port.
Yep.
And it's not. And like, this game is huge. Like, as you said, the wonderful thing about Mario Maker is you add one thing to this game, and the ripple effects within Mario Maker, because there's already 40-50 items, so the way each and every item interacts with other items creates at least like 50 to 60 more possibilities per item.
Yep. No, it's crazy. And like the fact that like how many items did they showcase that were new? Like 15 or 20 almost.
I have a list. There was the some of these have already been revealed in the other trailer, but
Yeah.
the angry sun, there was the snake block, there was the on-off switch, there was the seesaw, there was the swinging claw, which was totally new.
Yeah.
There was the bonsai bill. There was one I liked a lot, the dry bones shell.
Yes, that's going to be a true game changer.
Yeah, so you can get a dry bones shell covered through lava, and the cool thing is you can play dead, like the dry bones does the collapsing thing, and you're invincible for a little while. There are big coins. There's a lot of new sound effects, a lot of which have the different kind of special effects within the levels again. There's the twister, the icicle, the sloped conveyor belts to go with the slopes. Parachutes, boom boom as an enemy, and that's not covering the Super Mario 3D World stuff, in which there's like the timed blocks, there's the freaking throwing shuriken boss. What's her name? Lady Boom Boom.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, Super Mario 3D World has a whole bunch of other stuff. That's just the new items they've added so far, and like as I said, the way all those things interact with other things, like parachutes, interacts with literally every single item in the game.
Yep. So I was never like super. I don't know. I guess I'm not an evil person. I could never make real like devil levels. I don't know what to call them.
Troll levels, I believe they're called.
Yeah, but this game really makes me want to try to just make a pain in the ass level, because something like parachutes, where like you can't predict like how an item will interact with the parachute, like you can't, so like it's truly random. So like you can make a level that you can't really like, okay, I've gotten better at this part, because you can't. So I like it. Oh my, like I'm scared of what people are gonna make that I'm gonna be forced to play, and I'm also excited about what I'm going to make. If
you search like troll levels in Super Mario Maker, they've become art. Like,
yeah,
they have transcended just dumping a bunch of Goombas on the starting point of the level, which sucks. To the like, to a level of mind games that you can play with players, playing your level and how they expect things to go and how things turn out to go. It's I firmly believe it's the only true form of art.
Yeah, I can go with that. I mean, like, how hard is it to really paint? You know?
Yeah. Screw you, Picasso. You've got nothing on Mario Maker except that level. No, wait, that's on Go. Never mind. And then those are just items. And then there's so much other little tweaks and changes that you can make in this game that I'm just like, what? Like, you can adjust the water level. You can. There's a bunch of custom scrolling options, because in the first game you had, I think it was 3, wasn't it? There was like slow, medium, fast, and that was it. The level moved at that speed for the whole level. Whereas now you can determine whether it goes up or down and how fast it goes up and down, and like so many options.
Also, the water raising level you can set to slow, medium, or fast, which is really cool.
There is, of course, the thing people have desperately wanted for a very long time now, Tanner: vertical sub areas.
Yes. Yeah, I know that was a big thing with Super Mario Maker 1. That was like probably one of the 3 top requested things I remember reading about is the vertical scroll level. So I'm really excited about that too.
Because yeah, the screen limit, which is, I think it still applies to the like base overworld, is 2 screens tall. So you only ever had 2 screens to work with, but now you can go into a sub area and you can make it vertical to your heart's content.
Yep.
And
so
it's interesting they said sub areas plural. Again.
Yeah. See, that there's a lot of sneakies in this direct. Like they just like, I'm sure we're going to talk about it, but I'm going to bring it up now. What the hell was up with the Super Famicom logo when Mario got in the Koopa Troopa car?
I know. Was like I'm relatively well versed in Mario. I assume it's a reference of some sort, but I don't know.
But what is it a reference to?
I have no idea.
Like, I don't know.
The Mercedes-Benz in Mario Kart 8?
You know what? Sure, we'll go with that.
They should turn it into the... Which actually was a Mii costume, or an Amiibo costume in Super Mario Maker. So
It was. I kind of love the idea of like one of Reggie's final wishes at Nintendo being like, guys, we have to put a reference to the Mercedes car in Super Mario Maker 2. It has to happen. He's like, I cannot leave here until we get a reference for the Mercedes car.
It was Mario 8 crowning moment.
And then he leaves, driving off in a Mercedes.
Oh, Reggie, and buying new chairs, as people have seen on Twitter. Are you aware of Reggie Chair Saga?
Yes, about the petition and everything. He got his new chair today, I believe, or yesterday.
What a day!
Yeah. I'm happy for Reggie's retirement.
He seems to be doing well for himself.
He seems to be. He did. What do you call the graduation? He was the graduation speaker.
Commencement.
I wanted to say induction, but that didn't sound right. We are now inducting you into being graduates, but yeah, no, that sounded wrong.
Sub-areas, plural, which, if you remember the first Super Mario Maker game, you were only limited to one sub-area. So it's not confirmed that there's more than one, but they did say areas.
That makes me wonder, I wonder if you can, like, if they'll let you get into some, like, Inception stuff, and you just make sub-areas within sub-areas.
Because this game has so many different colored pipes, as opposed to just green ones. So it makes sense that you could, like, line up, red pipes go here, orange pipes go here, green pipes go here.
And there's also, is there blue pipe? There's 4 pipe colors, right? There's also blue pipes?
I think there's at least 4. There's red, orange, or is there kind of a yellow? It might be more than 4. But yeah, there's at least 4.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that you can make just like obviously, way smarter people than me will be able to make something dangerous immediately. But I really hope for me, the common folk, can hop onto this and make some. I want to make some deranged stuff like that.
Did you make much in the first game?
I think I made like 2 levels in the first game. I mostly played.
I think like I speedran your level until I had the world record in it.
Yeah, you did. I remember when that happened. You somehow beat my record.
I deserve
of my own level.
Yeah, like I think I'd have to check. I think it was like 300 to 400 hours I spent on the first one. And like I don't think any of my levels are masterpieces, but there are some, because I never tried to make super hard levels, but not like dumb levels either. I was like, I'm going to try and make just good Mario levels.
Yep.
I think there's some honest-to-God good Mario levels in there, and I'm very excited to just pour far too much of my life into this game again.
Like, going off on a little tangent real quick, it is downright diabolical what Nintendo is doing with us, releasing a new Mario Maker and a new Pokemon and probably a new Animal Crossing all within the next 6 months.
And a new Fire Emblem, and a new Luigi's Mansion, and a new Legend of Zelda game, all within the next 6 months.
And a new IP from Platinum. I mean...
Plus Marvel Ultimate Alliance thrown in there too, because why not?
So, and also, a bunch of rumors going around that they still have like a very big unannounced game coming out this year that's a Switch exclusive. So like, I don't know, like, thanks Nintendo for that, but like, Animal Crossing, Pokemon, and Mario Maker are all games I can easily spend multiple hundreds of hours in, and you're just going to drop them all within the next 6 months. Like, how am I supposed to manage that?
And you see, like, the Switch today overtook the PS4 in Japan in terms of sales.
Yeah, which is insanity. Like, it's very possible by the end of the Switch's lifetime, it will probably double or triple those PS4 numbers.
Yeah, take into account, that's before they release a new main series Pokemon game and a new Animal Crossing game in Japan this year.
Yeah. No, Garrett, I'm very much aware, because because Animal Crossing has traditionally sold well.
Yeah.
But Pokemon is a whole nother game.
Animal Crossing is traditionally a lot more popular in Japan as well.
Yeah, that's also true. It usually does much better in Japan than anywhere else.
We have co-op construction, which I'm not sure how practical that would be, but I think it would be kind of stupid fun.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like something that's like, I don't know how you would coordinate that. I mean, obviously you could like communicate, but like it seems like with the co-op building, it's going to be so much of like, okay, I want to make my level. You make whatever you want, and we'll just make it cohesive.
Yeah, because unlike the other online modes, I think this is entirely local.
Yeah, this looked to be local. They didn't mention anything. They didn't mention if this would be online, so I guess it's not. Which is again probably fine, or which is fine because I think I wouldn't want to build a level with somebody like across the world. No offense, Garrett.
Well, now you just don't have me to carry you.
You know what? That's definitely true. I am glad because my big concern was because if there was one thing the gamepad was good for, it was for Mario Maker.
Wonderful.
It was with the stylus and everything. It looks like even building in docked mode doesn't seem to be a huge problem because it seems like that little hand pointer clicker like will move one block at a time, so it seems like it kind of auto adjust for you.
Yeah,
a little bit. So I'm really happy about that because obviously, like if you want to stream Super Mario Maker 2 or something, like it's not really practical to stream your Switch in handheld mode. I don't even know if that's possible without just 1,000 chords.
Probably the best way to do it is just to literally film your Switch screen, which I don't think is ideal.
Yeah, which you're sacrificing quality at that point. So I'm really happy for that, and obviously with the co-op building, it seems to be like okay, you can build in docked mode, and it's not impossible.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy about that.
I would be surprised if it's better than doing it on the touchscreen, but once it's comfortable and works, I'm cool with that.
I'm kind of shocked that Nintendo isn't releasing a stylus.
They are with certain versions of the game. Because I know if you buy it on the Nintendo UK store, they send you a stylus as well.
Oh, really? Okay, well, the US, never gets anything nice.
Just have to use your finger, or just use your Wii U stylus.
Is the Wii U stylus compatible with the Switch screen?
Let's find out in real time, Tanner.
I wouldn't think it would be.
I assume it's just a jabby jab.
I don't know what that meant. A jabby jab. I mean,
yes.
It's a stylus, yes.
Confirmed, it does not work.
Okay, I was about to say, if it works, how have I never not seen anything about that?
God damn it. So yeah, you have to find yourself a stylus somewhere.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, Nintendo, because I assume the stylus will probably send with the Nintendo UK store orders is like a first-party Nintendo-made stylus?
Probably.
I mean, I would assume so. I don't think you can't buy a Nintendo first-party stylus that works with the Switch. Like all of the styluses,
styles.
Yeah, all the styles are all third-party, and I don't. It's weird. Like I'm not big on stylus, anyways, but like definitely would like something for a Super Mario Maker.
Yeah, I think it would be better than your finger.
I would think so, but again, maybe the pointer clicker is gonna be sufficient enough where it can work again, because it does seem like they're trying to encourage you to actually build in docked mode as well. So it looks like at least they've kind of like added that sort of auto management that's like, okay, you move one by one square at a time or something.
One of the, I think, more low-key exciting things that they went into more detail in is the custom clear conditions.
Yes. No, I'm very excited for that, which I figured because there was one in one of the trailers. I can't remember if it was the Golden Week trailer or the unveil for the game, but they showed like a coin counter at the top. I'm like, well, that's odd. Why would there be a coin counter unless you can make coins a clear condition? And you can. So I'm very happy with that. I wonder if you'll be able to make like a 4-player map.
Oh, where there's a collective 100 coins first. That's gonna be so cool. I'm sure that will probably be possible. I don't know why it wouldn't be. In fact, there's a moment in the trailer or in the direct where it just pops up on screen, such and such has completed the clear condition. I think it's in the cooperative sense in that moment in the trailer.
Yeah.
But I assume it's the same in competitive.
Yeah, I very much hope so, because But again, there's so many little things. Well, some of these aren't even little. Like, there are just significant changes to this game that I would have been happy with them just porting Super Mario Maker over, if I'm being completely honest.
Or like, straight up, just the same game but with 3D World.
And I don't know. The fact that they've like went and like added all this extra stuff, like it's the Nintendo extra mile is like an always guaranteed hit. Mm-hmm. Just because they're like, okay, Nintendo, you can do like the bare minimum with this, and we'll be happy. And they're like, yeah, but what if you could drive a car?
Yeah,
boom.
There's a story mode with over 100 created levels by Nintendo. I do remember the original Mario Maker had approximately 70 or 80, and a lot of them were more or less like, here's kind of what you can do with the tools. They weren't really designed to be super duper challenging. They were more like a showcase for what you can do with the Mario Maker tools. But that's still super cool. There's like a story mode. You're rebuilding a castle. I'm interested to see what more is in there, as opposed to, because you're collecting coins. But I don't think they they talk about like rebuilding the castle, but I don't think they really go into detail there about what you're doing with those coins. So I'm interested to see is there anything more robust there. But yeah, the little story mode thrown in there.
Yeah, and like I wonder, like, since Nintendo has seen, like, sort of, like, what people like doing, especially in Super Mario Maker 1, like, I kind of hope they throw some, like, Kaizo-esque levels in the story mode. And maybe not a ton, like 2 or 3. I'm sure there are just some real psychopaths at Nintendo just waiting to make something that causes you to break your Switch. But, yeah, a whole fully fledged story mode with over 100 courses just out of the gate is really cool. So I'm really excited for that. I didn't expect there to be any sort of story mode or anything. I didn't really read any predictions where that was like even mentioned, and then Nintendo's just like, boom, story mode, 100 custom levels, here you go.
The cool thing about the first game was, remember the Nintendo World Championship levels?
Oh yeah, I do remember those, and those were
those were in the game. Which hopefully they have something like that, maybe based on the levels at the E3 Invitational.
I would be kind of surprised if there wasn't. So
we have a lot of new themes. We have desert, snow, forest, and sky. And I think the thing we're probably both most excited about that is those themes have new Koji Kondo music.
Yeah, that's again, like, new original Kondo music is again just like that Nintendo extra mile. Like, who expected new music? Like, I didn't. I expected new to the Super Mario Maker series music. I did not expect overall new original pieces. So
in the style of as well. It's not just like, here's a new song. It's like, this is a new song as if it were in Super Mario Bros. 3 or Super Mario World, which is the coolest thing.
Yep. So Super Mario Maker 2 has already got Soundtrack of the Year just wrapped up in a nice little bow. I don't want to hear any arguments otherwise. Yeah, there's so many, like, because, I mean, obviously, Garrett, I mean, we both know Super Mario Brothers music, all Mario music is iconic in its own sense. Mm-hmm. And the fact they're just like, hey, here's our version of, you make all the stuff, but guess what? As a treat, we're going to give you new music. Yep. And I would buy it for new music.
So you running through that forest in Super Mario World theme, Koji Kondo went to make a new song for you.
Yep. Yeah, it's just like, here you go. Oh, God. I mean, so, Garrett, when Super Mario... Because, I mean, we've talked about this game at length on Twitter, on your various podcasts. I want to know, like, where does Super Mario Maker 1 rank for you, like, as far as games you have played this... Well, decade. Because generation's an odd term, but, like, this decade.
I was going to end with that as my hot take, Tanner. You ruined it.
Well, I'm sorry.
Because I was going to be like,
the script.
Super Mario Maker is one of the games of the decade. I'd have to think about it if I'm to name it the game of the decade, because the decade's been a long old while.
Garrett, some would say the decade's been almost 10 years.
Yes, we only have 7 months left in it.
That's scary.
It really is. So when you think about it, if Super Mario Maker was one of the games of the decade, and this is that game, but just with a shitload more stuff. Yeah, Tanner.
I mean, Garrett, it may not be it may not be Yoshi Crafted World good.
Heck of a game.
Which our very own Garrett Kidney would call a hell of a game. But, man, I'm kind of sad it's coming out so close to because I mean, like, so, you know, shameless plug here for a second. Like, we're going to do over at All You Can Hear, we're going to do, like, Game of the Decade and stuff. And, like, it's weird looking at 2019 games for Game of the Decade because you don't have as much time to really process them.
Mm.
And, like, I'm sad that a sequel to arguably one of my top, like, 5 games of the decade is coming out that just looks like that game again, but with a bunch of new added stuff. But it's coming out, you know, 6 months before the end of the decade. So how do you really weigh something like that? So I don't know. But I agree with you. Super Mario Maker 1 is up there for me. Definitely top 10, probably top 5.
So yeah, this is just Game of the Decade.
Yeah, I mean,
it's easy.
By virtue, this is surefire 2019 Game of the Year.
Indeed.
Sorry, Animal Crossing. Don't listen to that. I'm sorry.
He immediately apologizes.
It's Super Mario Maker 2, Animal Crossing, Tetris 99, my top 3 games of the year.
Yeah, go Nintendo.
Yeah, good job, Nintendo. You did it again.
Again, one of the low-key cooler things is the whole night mode.
Oh yeah, the night mode and like the music they were playing while they were showing off the night mode and the moon stuff. I got chills during the direct. I was just like, oh my god, I'm getting emotional. I don't know why.
And the cool thing is, it's not just it's a cool new background. They changed the mechanics of the game. Underground worlds become like upside down. Is it airships have like delayed gravity? That some of the weapon or some of the items and weapons and enemies change. It's just like that. As you said, this is a whole thing in this game that, like, if it wasn't in the game, no one would be like, oh no, it's not in the game, but it is in the game.
Yeah, I can't believe the underground doesn't switch upside down when it's nighttime. Like, it's just something. Again, it's the Nintendo extra mile. Like, it's just, you don't have to again, like you said, if it wasn't there, nobody would be like, well, what the hell, Nintendo? Somebody's really messing up, not giving us
Drop
zero
the ball
gravity.
here, Miyamoto.
Yeah. But the fact that they're just like, you know what? Zero gravity in the sky at night. Because that's how real science works.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know that, Garrett. But if you're more than 10 feet in the air at nighttime, zero gravity.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm glad they actually incorporated some real science into Super Mario Maker 2 as well.
And they're like, at first you can only use it by if you shake the sun, it turns into a moon, and that turns at nighttime, which again, I love this game so much.
Yep.
But they said you can unlock just changing it to night mode over time. So I'm interested to see what like the pace of the unlockables and all that fun stuff was, because the way the first game worked, basically you had just the original Super Mario Bros. Tile set and limited items. And then it expanded further and further the more you actually played the game. Which people kind of got mad at that at the time. I thought that was a cool idea. So you're not overwhelmed by the tools. You know, you go in there and you make a cool basic level, and then you're like, oh, here's some more stuff, and then here's some more stuff. And it kind of builds your own making skills as well as not overwhelming your brain. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they do for the pace of unlockables in this game.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly with Super Mario Maker 1, there were some items that wouldn't unlock till like day 3 or day 4.
There's some of that, because the way it worked, it was like based on the number of days you played or the number of blocks you placed. So you could do a little workaround by just dropping a bunch of pointless blocks in your level for like 5 minutes, and you'd unlock a bunch of stuff. Yeah,
so I don't know. Like, I definitely don't think everything should be available out the gate, but at the same time, maybe don't make it where people have to like work around it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe don't be like, okay, you like maybe playing the story mode, maybe a little bit will unlock stuff as you go, or maybe that's what the coins. I mean, I'm sure the coins will probably be used for like the quote unquote castle upgrades, but or maybe it's used to like unlock
amiibo costumes. That's the first thing I had in my head. Maybe that's what the coins are for, but they never talked about it.
Man, please, I hope so. Garrett, I just have like 60 amiibos staring at me saying, make us a costume, please.
Look at you, Wedding Mario. I want you in the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, what is my KK Slider amiibo supposed to do?
Of course, the Super Mario 3D World. I didn't write down everything they introduced, but there's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, like Cat Mario.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and even better, Meowser.
Yeah, and Meowser, which you can have your takes on Meowser, but Meowser is the most important character in video game history.
Yeah. Name alone.
Yeah, name alone, genius. Like, how did they think of that? Bowser plus Meow equals Meowser? Genius. I mean, again, the Nintendo extra mile, back at it again.
All of the Super Mario... Like, just the fact that they took a 3D game and turned it into a 2D game for Super Mario Maker is... And it has all the stuff in it. It's not like, oh, it's just a weird perspective trick. It has so much of the stuff from that game turned into the 2D space. And 3D World was basically a 2D game in a 3D space. That's kind of the pitch. But just the fact that they basically made a new game for this game.
Yeah, like, I was scared... Or I wasn't scared, but like I was a little nervous that it was going to be sacrificing a lot of the features per se from 3D World, but it literally looks like 3D World levels but two-dimensional. It looks like you said, they made a whole new game just to be a theme in Super Mario Maker 2, which seems stupidly complicated, but again, that's the Nintendo way. So that, again, something else I'm just extremely hyped about.
Yeah, we touch on the competitive and cooperative online play. It still blows my mind that it's online.
Yeah, but I knew, obviously, like, you knew it was going to take Nintendo Switch Online, but...
Just for that, I assume that would be for the sharing and downloading of courses.
Yep, exactly. So, like, the fact that online multiplayer is also thrown in actually makes it seem worth it, because it does seem it would be a little shady to me if, like, okay, you have to spend an extra $20 if you want to actually play Super Mario Maker, but no, it's like throw in an extra $20 for a year or $10.
It's only 10, yeah, because they have the bundle.
Yeah,
which is a digital bundle as well, which is cool.
Yeah, so that's probably the version I'm going to grab just so I can get another year of online for $10.
Oh yeah, they said it stacks on top. So yeah, basically it just makes sense to get it anyway because it stacks on top of your existing subscription.
Yeah, and like Nintendo Switch Online will probably never go on sale below $20 a year. So,
and in about a year they'll have a library full of NES and Super Nintendo games, and it'll be the easiest sell in your life.
Yeah, well the NES library already is
pretty
very
full.
good.
Yeah, it's almost done.
And Tetris 99 again is very much worth it.
Game of the year, probably. Except the game I said was game of the year earlier today.
Garrett, I can't wait till after E3, where we're doing, our annual E3 wrap up, and I've just imagined you saying, Animal Crossing looks like game of the year, and then 5 minutes later we move to Pokemon. Tanner, Pokemon's looking like a game of the year contender.
But how about that Yoshi's Crafted World, I tell you?
How about Yoshi's Crafted World? Garrett, I'm going to try my damnedest to play Yoshi's Crafted World by the end. I love the demo. 100% of the demo. I just need money. So if you're listening to this, if you want to donate to the hashtag Get Tanner Yoshi's Crafted World 2019 Fund, DM me on Twitter.
Few odds and ends. There is profiles, which is kind of cool because it's more customizable now. You can give you can give yourself a hat.
I'm going to make my character Meowner, which is Tanner plus Meow.
Sure.
I'm just going to put on a cat costume in real life as well. So.
Well, your longtime Twitter avatar had a Luigi hat, so I thought it would just be that.
Yeah, my Twitter avatar for the longest time was definitely Nick. I was trying to think what it was. Nick Saban wearing a Luigi's hat. I don't know. If they'll let me port Nick Saban into the game and just throw a Luigi hat on him, I will.
Did I ever tell you Brother Ken thought that was you?
Garrett, there are a shocking amount of people from the continent of Europe that thought that was me. I remember, I don't remember who it was, but I got a DM a couple of years ago because I was talking about how old I was. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm only, at the time I think I was 21. And somebody DM'd me, it was like, dude, no offense, but your profile picture, you look way older than 21. I'm like, oh, because that's not me. Fun fact. Because it's such a low-res picture. It literally looks like a selfie from a camera.
Yeah.
Which was intentional because it's a picture I took on my phone from my computer just because I thought it'd make it funnier. And yeah, people just thought it was me for years. I mean, like, for multiple years, people thought I was Nick Saban wearing a Luigi's hat.
Good God.
Yep. So there was one half of Twitter that thought I was in my 60s and another half of Twitter that thought I was like 11. So, but I'm actually 23 at the moment. So.
Last but not least, the 110 Mario challenges are gone, booted. Instead, we have Endless Challenge, where basically you go as long as you can live, and there's like leaderboards and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Any game is made better with leaderboards, straight up. So again, it's just something else that I'm really excited about. Especially when I see Garrett like 20,000 players ahead of me, and I'm just like, well, damn, never catching up to that.
So much better at Mario. There will be someone who is then objectively the best Mario player in the world.
Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, yeah. Oh man, so speedrunners are just going to absolutely destroy this game.
Yeah.
Damn, I really wish either this was coming out earlier or SGDQ was later, because I would so love a Super Mario Maker 2 block at SGDQ.
I'm going to have to wait until January.
Yep, going to have to wait till January. Oh well, worth the wait.
That is Super Mario Maker 2. It's out, what, June 28th?
Yeah, June 28th. Like you said at the top of the show, a month and 13 days, give or take, for some reason, away.
Good God, this game. It's like, I'm going to have so much fun with this game.
I'd pay $100 for this game.
Like, people are talking about Dreams, and it's like, Dreams is cool and all, but it's not Mario, I'm sorry.
I still need to get my hands on Dreams. Actually, at the time of this recording, I'm going to get to play Dreams for the first time tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, it's Mario Maker, you know? Like, how do you top the game of the generation? You make a sequel that's just that game again with a bunch of new stuff. And also, I can play as Tom Nook.
And you can actually... Oh, you can take it on the go. And, like, not fake on the go, like your Wii U.
Oh, yeah. We didn't even mention that. Oh, yeah, it's on the Switch. It's portable.
It's a handheld game now, and not bad like the 3DS version.
Yeah, we don't talk about the 3DS version. The 3DS version, as far as I'm concerned, is non-canon.
Tell that to, like, 2.5 million people that bought it.
They're non-canon to me as well. Bought it, didn't
I didn't, actually. I thought about it at one stage, because apparently there is a bunch of really good levels in there, but nah.
Well, Garrett, I'm glad you were able to contain yourself.
Nah, it's rare. I bought freaking New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. God damn it.
Is it just New Super Mario Bros. U?
Pretty much. Well, it has the new Luigi stuff, and yeah, pretty much.
You said the new Luigi stuff. They added that Luigi stuff like 6 years ago.
Yeah. And they sold it as a bundle as well, so it's not like it was always separate from at the time, like in 2013 or whatever.
Just bought a Wii U game that somehow fits into your Switch.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense, Tanner. Don't question me.
I mean, I'm not questioning it because I wanted to buy it. But you did it instead, so I don't have to.
Before we go, do you have anything to plug?
Of course I do. I'm on a podcast. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably don't know about it. I don't talk about it often.
You should plug it more.
It's called All You Can Hear. Wow, Garrett, that was really smart. It's called All You Can Hear.
The worst part of it was like you were making a self-deprecating thing, and I'm like, ah.
It's always funny. You can follow that on at AYCH Podcast. We're on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Overcast. We're on Instagram, AYCH Podcast. We're on twitch.tv/All You Can Hear. And you can... we also have a YouTube archive. Go subscribe to that, All You Can Hear. And you can follow me on Twitter at Tanner1495.